A teen is found dead outside Cardiff Junior High School in Katy, but investigators say that's not where the deadly shots were fired. Marcelino Benito is live where investigators are working to piece together exactly what happened. Marcelino.
Well, Grace, investigators believe this shooting happened not too far from Cardiff Junior High, but at this point tonight, they still don't know exactly where those shots were fired, and that's despite having a witness that they've spoken to that was at the shooting. I want to get to some video now from when we first arrived on scene. We're told that call came in around 3 this afternoon. Deputies responded here to Cardiff Junior High. When they got here, they found quite the scene. They found 3 young men in a black car. One of them, a 19-year-old, was dead. The second, an 18-year-old, had been shot, and the third teenager hadn't been injured at all. The second victim, we're told, was transported to a local hospital in serious condition. Investigators say the third teen is a witness. He's the one who remained on scene and was speaking to detectives about what happened. But so far, they haven't zeroed in on a specific location where the shooting occurred or what may have been the motive. If you live in the Katy area, though, tonight the sheriff's office is asking for your help.
Go back, check your video monitoring systems at your residence, your Ring doorbell system, Nest system, whatever it is. If you saw anything that would indicate that there was a shooting that had taken place anywhere in and around your neighborhood, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Again, detectives do not believe the shooting happened on school property, but they do believe it happened less than 10 miles away from Cardiff Junior High. At this point, the name of the deceased teenager has not been released. Grace, tonight, whoever is responsible for this shooting has not been found. He or she is still out there. If you have any information about what may have happened here, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 713-222-TIPS. Grace, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Marcelino.